2-5-1 progression in the key of C major. Chord 2 is D minor 7, which is D, F, A and C. Chord 5 is G7, which is G, B, D and F. And chord 1 is C major 7, C, E, G and B. Now, when you're playing that in a progression, you don't want to be hopping about like that. So what you do is play what we call shells of chords. That's either the root and 7th or the root and 3rd. So for D minor 7, take out the 3rd and the 5th, just leaves you with D the root, C the 7th, and then this drops to G and B, which is the root and 3rd of G7. So root and 7th goes to root and 3rd, and then to C major 7, back to root and 7th. So that's C major 7, take out the 3rd and the 5th, root and 7th. So root 7, root 3rd, root 7th. You could do it the other way around. You could start off with root and 3rd on D minor 7, root and 7 on G7, bit high up there, getting a little bit low down there. So you're better choosing the first option in the key of C major, where the chords are nice and central. In other keys, the other version might be better. You just want to keep the chords in this kind of area. Okay, so what to do with the right hand? Two things. One is just playing the appropriate mode. Now, mode is a major scale starting on a different note. So, for instance, on D minor 7, chord 2, a Dorian mode is the notes of a C major scale but starting on D. And then on G7, a Mixolydian mode is the notes of a C major scale but starting on G. And then for the C major 7, just an ordinary C scale. Now, you can, of course, just think of all of that as just a C major scale. The other option is to play broken chords. So on D minor 7, for instance, you can go root 3rd, 5th, 7th, or you could go first inversion 3rd, 5th, 7th, root, 5th, 7th, root, 3rd, and so on. You can, of course, do those upside down. You can go, or from top to bottom rather. And so on. And what's a good idea is to go up on one chord and then down on the next. So for instance, D minor 7, go up and then come down to the 3rd of G7, go down the notes of the chord and then C, back up. So with each chord you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different versions or inversions that you can use, and each of those can be played from top to bottom. So if you think that's on each of those chords, you've got all those options, the combinations become pretty well almost infinite. And then, of course, you don't have to play them in that order. So you could go or any order you like. Then you want to combine broken chords with scale passages. So broken chord on D minor 7, just coming down the scale on on G7, and then on the back to a broken chord on C major 7. Then think about different rhythms. So instead of just going quavers all the time, think of like just a simple little rhythm. And then one other thing you can do, and that is approach the chord notes from a semitone below. So on D minor 7, you can approach D from C sharp, F from E, A from G sharp, C from B. You can also approach from the note above in that mode, so, and then semitone below, and then the chord note. Or go, just actually play a turn on it with the sharpened lower note. So if you combine all of those things, you've just got infinite number of ideas to play with.